What is up, everyone? Thank you very much for tuning in again. And you joined me actually a few days later, which I think it is something like a week even later. The last thing that I've tried with installing the systems on the separate hard drive failed, unfortunately. So yeah, I wasn't able in my iMac to install a system to an external hard drive on USB. The system won't let me do that. So I went to my fiance's home where my Apple Cube is situated, and I will try to install systems over target disk mode. So that is the reason I have the Cube here. That is something that does function. I have already done this before. So yeah, there should be no problem with doing that. But before I will do that, I have to say this Apple Cube at the moment is converted with an SSD. It had an old 40 gigabyte hard drive in it with a system I don't know, but there was a system on this hard drive, and here is that hard drive, and it is actually, it's not a 40 gigabyte, it is an 80 gigabyte master drive, and maybe there is a system on there which I can copy over to my which I can copy over to this hard drive. So we will see. So let's first have a look at what there is on this hard drive. Yeah, so this hard drive has a heatsink on here which uses torque bits. So you take your torque screwdriver and undo those screws. There are 3 of them on this main heatsink. By the way, yeah, so this heatsink is proprietary to the Apple Cube. I have an SSD in there, so it doesn't need such a beefy heatsink. So now we have freed up the drive. So let's hopefully get this drive in there. So let's put this drive in the hard drive bay. There it goes. By the way, guys, if you have one of those hard drive bays, at the bottom they have a slidable Molex power adapter. So if the drive doesn't want to go in easily, try to wiggle about with this Molex adapter. This will almost certainly solve your problems. Okay, so now let's start this hard drive up. Okay, we are running, and now we'll switch to the monitor. Okay. I now will fire up the iMac and hold down the Option key. A satisfying bong. And now just hold down the Option keys and we should see the boot up options. Okay, so the drive wasn't found. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's focus you up like so. So we have just the iMac hard drive and the disk, which is in the iMac at the moment. So let's fire down the hard drive and let's have a look at the settings. So guys, for me there was no way to find out what kind of a system there is without booting it up, and on my G4 it won't allow to boot from USB. So what I will do now is I will take a look with you into my Apple Cube G4, which is in immaculate condition, as you can see probably. At the moment there is SSD in here, and I will remove that and I will try to boot up the system that is in here. The matter of fact is, guys, I have a perfectly working OS 10.4 Tiger on this machine, and on the SSD which is in this machine. I will copy all of those files over to my external hard drive, and I will do that in target disk mode. The next thing that I will try is I will try to put the old hard drive in it and have a look what kind of a system is in there. So let's set this system up and put it into target disk mode. So guys, what do we actually need? This is the bare minimum. I have this little USB dongle which provides my cube with the keyboard. So let's plug that in. By the way guys, all of the ports on this machine are on the bottom. So let's plug that in. There we go. Oh, by the way, let's put it in first. Should make... I don't think it makes a difference, but it can. So next thing is a Firewire 400 to Firewire 400 cable, which we use to connect. So let's connect it here up to the cube, and then let's go over to the back of the iMac. So, and now the last thing that this machine needs is power, and therefore you need the power supply. And what I will do now is I will plug it in and hold down the letter T on the keyboard, and hopefully we will get this machine in target disk mode. So let's connect it up. Oh, we need to power it on with... Okay, now it powered on. You can see the light in the cube, and I hold down T, and hopefully we will get our target disk mode done. It should pop up on the screen on the iMac. I think so. Okay, let's release the letter T. And we have nothing. That was not what I wanted. So guys, because I haven't seen anything on this machine yet, I have plugged in the little 15-inch monitor. So let's unplug the power and plug it in again. Hold down the letter T. Okay, now it's running, and I hold down the letter T. Okay, we get a gray screen, but I'm not sure if we are in target disk mode yet, because there should be a blue screen and a T. Oh, okay, the system is booting up. That was not what I intended to do, but maybe the problem is this this keyboard could be the problem, because it's not an Apple one. That really could be the problem. Let's figure it out. So I will let the system start, shut it down, and put another, and connect the hard drive, the motherboard, the keyboard over from the iMac. Yeah, okay, we are up and running in my fresh install of Tiger on the SSD. Okay. So now let's put the keyboard over and connect it up with the cube. Plug it in there. Yeah, so okay, we are working now on the cube. So let's make a restart and hold down T. By the way, guys, with this SSD, it is quite a fast machine, my cube. I'm really happy about it. But for modern day surfing and stuff like that, I have a lot of trouble. There we go! We are now in target disk mode. Amazing! And it already popped up right here. Amazing! So now let's plug the keyboard excuse me, back into the iMac so that we can work with this machine again. There we go, and we are back and running. So I'll now put in the hard drive from the data drive which I'm trying to create. Now let's power her up. Okay guys, we are back and running. So over here, the first thing is my target disk mode drive from the cube, which is running nicely over here. There it says Cube SSD, and I have the Tiger, Panther, Jaguar and Leopard disks, partitions, they are up and running smoothly. So, the next step is to use Carbon Copy Cloner. Okay guys, we are now up and running in Carbon Copy Cloner. So, what you need to do is you need, on the left side, you need to select your source, which in my this time I will need to, the source will be the SSD from the cube, which is located right here. And now it will copy over everything. And now we need to locate our destination, which should be the Tiger. So, let's look at the settings. So let's go over to clone. And yeah, it says you can't boot this system because it is over USB, but that's okay for me because I will, if I will use the service drive, I will put it in. So yeah, continue anyway. And now it's preparing and then copying over. That's for the password. And now it's cloning. Welcome back, guys. As you can see, the backup task has completely been successful, and it finished in 1 hour and 2 minutes, and there were 5.46 gigabytes transferred. So now the Tiger installation is finished, which in my opinion, guys, is awesome news. So thank you very much for watching and stay tuned. So guys, welcome to the third part of this series. The current status is that I have 2 working operating systems on my hard drive. The one is Leopard, the other one is Tiger. Both of them are fully functional and fresh copies. And now the next thing should be a Panther installation. But before we do that, I want to have a look into the old drive of this Apple Cube which you are looking at here right now, because there could be the possibility that I have another installation sitting right there of another system. But we will see that. I will look into that, and that is what we're gonna do next. So stay tuned. Okay, so we are the computer at the moment is in target disk mode, but that's not a problem. We can just kill it. Okay, there we go. Everything is out now. And now comes the party trick of the Apple Cube. And I think that's quite amazing. You just press in the handle. Out it comes. And you can pull out the entire PC. Like so. Okay guys, now that we have the cube out of its original box, we can get the disassembly done. First what you have to do is you have to take out those 4 screws. So now you have to be a little gentle, because up here that is the touch sensor and it is connected. So on the side there are screws as well, 2 on each. So now after you have removed all of the screws, you can lift off the top plate, but you have to be careful because there is a ribbon cable right here that is connected to the sensor. So pay attention with that. So now we can have a look on the inside. Okay, there you go. Here you see it. Right here I have the SSD. I have it right here. And I have it sitting in here with an IDE adapter. I will now have to turn this thing around. Okay. So now let's unplug. There goes the IDE, the Molex, and now I have to pull out the ribbon cable. Okay, there we go. There we go, there is my SSD. Now what I will do is I have this here, which is the original hard drive, and I will put it back in. Okay, So as I've already described you, I will put in this old Maxter hard drive, and because I want to have a look what's on it, so I will slide it in from the back. I won't reconnect the hard drive screws, because I will take it out when I'm finished with it and put back in the SSD. So the only thing that remains is to get this IDE cable back in. There we go, it's back in. So let's put this thing back together. So we are back together. So therefore, let's put this machine back where it belongs, which is right in here. Like so. So now let's reconnect all of the cables. Firstly, beginning with the display. Then the mouse and keyboard go in here. And lastly, the power cable, which goes in here. So let's start this puppy up. There we go. Let's have a look with what we are greeted. Okay, there is operating system on it. So let's hope that it is Panther or even further down the line. It does boot quite fast off the old disk. I'm surprised. Works well. I think it is Tiger, with the system that is on here. Let's have a look about this Mac. No! It's 10.39. So, yeah, we have Panther, which is awesome. I do like that. I'm really happy about that. So that means that we can put this machine in target disk mode and copy it over to our service drive. Awesome news, guys. I'm happy about not having to install a new operating system on there. That's quite cool, I like that. So let's do that. So what we need to do is we need to reattach the firewire cable. And the next thing we have to do is we have to restart the system and then press the letter T. So let's do that. I'm holding down T. Okay, and we are in target disk mode. So what we need to do is we need to plug back in the mouse and the keyboard into the iMac. Let's do that. Should be back up and running. Yes, we are. And guys, awesome news. Right up here you see the Macintosh HD. So now let's fire up the service drive. We should now be seeing here popping up all those partitions. There they come. And 10.39 should be Panther. So that is where I will put it. Okay guys, we are now back here on the iMac. So let's fire up Carbon Copy Cloner again. So now let's select the source, which should be the Macintosh HD. There we go. And the destination will be the Panther. So now let's go to clone. And we want to continue. There we go. We are copying, and I see you later when it's done. Okay guys, we are now done. After 53 minutes this task was completed, and now I have 3 running operating systems on one hard drive. So as you can see over here, I have the Leopard, Panther and Tiger system running on this hard drive, which is an awesome success. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.